According to many healthcare professionals, most health disorders are caused by a toxic intestine. Why? Simply because the tradition of eating and drinking foods rich in preservatives, white flour, sugar, fats, tobacco, alcohol, and even the air we breathe cause an accumulation of fecal material in the intestinal walls. The colon is a very effective sewer system, but because of negligence and abuse, it turns into a dumpster. When it's clean and normal, we are happy. Let it clog and it will distill poisons, fermentation, and putrefaction, poisoning the brain, the nervous system, the heart, the lungs, the blood, the digestive tract, and ultimately the whole body. Imagine what would happen if you didn't brush your teeth for 5 months. What would happen to your mouth? Imagine if you didn't shower for 5 months, 10, or even 20 years. What would happen to your body? That's what is happening to your body on the inside, in your intestinal system. Did you know that 8 in 10 people carry parasites, worms? If you don't believe it, read the book written by Dr. Anne Louise Gittleman, Guess What Came to Dinner? In addition to parasites, most people carry between 3 to 25 pounds of fecal material, excrement, and garbage in the colon. Did you know that a piece of meat rots faster in the colon than if you left it out of the refrigerator? We live in the chemical era. In this country, we eat more than 2,000 chemicals that are added to our food, like preservatives, pesticides, fertilizer, artificial coloring, and many other potentially harmful chemicals. Did you know that approximately 40% of the antibiotics used in this country are used by the livestock industry? And when you eat a piece of meat, you may be taking in antibiotics that may damage your immune system. In other words, the body's defenses. And the chicken that you buy at your supermarket may contain hormones that may cause imbalances in your body's own hormones. It is becoming very clear that death begins in the colon. And if you don't cleanse your intestinal system, you are slowly committing suicide. The accumulation of fecal material may create a state of putrefaction that may result in many illnesses such as diabetes, inflammation of the liver, constipation, fatigue, overweight, wrinkles, premature aging, infections, high blood pressure, physical defects, high cholesterol, weak lungs, bad odors, rings under the eyes, headaches, migraines, cancer, and skin problems such as psoriasis, acne, and many more. Last year, more than 150,000 people died of colon cancer in this country. Dr. John Christopher, international scientist and author of several books on nutrition, affirms that most illnesses are the result of toxins and deficiencies in the body. Dr. Christopher relates the following. I'm going to tell you what happened to me around 10 years ago. I wasn't feeling well, as most of you feel today. I was losing my hair. I had a pot belly, rings under my eyes. My feet smelled bad no matter how much I washed them. My liver was enlarged. I felt weak. And by 3 p.m. I would sit on the couch and go to sleep for about 2 hours with no desire to do anything. Then I did what most people do. I went to the doctor and I was admitted to the hospital to perform a series of tests. After 3 days of needles, blood tests, x-rays, the doctors informed me that they found a problem with my colon, and in 6 weeks they were going to do a colostomy. In other words, they were going to cut from 12 to 16 inches from my colon. I went home disappointed and even thought about killing myself. But thanks to a friend of mine that learned about my problem, she recommended that I do an intestinal cleansing. At first, I didn't believe her. After all, she wasn't a doctor. But very intelligently, recognizing my stupidity, she recommended that I visit a doctor in natural medicine. And conscious of my problem, he suggested that I cleanse my intestines. I followed his instructions and proceeded with the cleanse. Almost immediately, I started to discharge some black excrement with a very offensive smell. I even felt like throwing up. That happened every day. I would go 3 or 4 times a day, and slowly I started feeling better. I started losing pounds. My pot belly started to disappear. The spots on my face started to fade away, the rings under my eyes disappeared, and my liver reduced to a normal size. When I went back to the hospital for the operation, I insisted that they test me again and take x-rays, or I wasn't going to allow them to cut me. Although they didn't want to, they did, and to their surprise, they found that I had the cleanest and healthiest colon they had ever seen, and as a result, I did not need the operation. A few days later, I went to study with the doctor in natural medicine, and I saw with my own eyes many people that were off insulin and others that were previously paralyzed started to walk. Others with cancer were cured, and many other diseases. After 1 year of learning from this doctor, I went to take courses as a doctor in alternative medicine. Now, here I am giving you counsel and suggestions as to how to keep your health and improve it based on natural remedies. How many times we've heard correctly that we are what we eat. In reality, we're not only what we eat, but what we digest and eliminate. Remember, not all that goes in comes out. We need to remember that everything we eat must be digested and eliminated within 24 to 32 hours. According to the renowned Dr. Bernard Jensen, for every meal that we eat, we must eliminate that meal. If you have 3 meals a day and you only go to the bathroom once, 2 meals are still in your intestinal tract. Multiply this by months and years, and you can imagine how many toxins and the garbage that is still in your colon. In a study that published in July of 1991, Dr. Mikosi, Associate Director of the Institute of Pathology in Washington, declared that chronic constipation causes an increased risk in breast cancer in women. Remember that the body will not heal itself unless it's clean on the inside. Feeding a dirty body with medications and food is like eating from a dirty plate. Dr. Becky Arians, a notorious colon specialist, said, "In my opinion, there is only one sickness, and that sickness is self-intoxication, the body poisoning itself. It's the garbage in our system that kills us. I am convinced that unless you cleanse your colon, you will never enjoy good health." We are like a car. You wouldn't buy a new car and never change the oil. Then why don't you change the oil in your body? We often take better care of our cars than our bodies. Remember, no matter how many times we wash our car on the outside, if we don't change the oil in the engine, it will be damaged. That's the way it is with our body. We take a shower every day. We get cleaned on the outside, but it never occurs to most of us to clean it on the inside. If we want good health, this must change. And the most effective way to make this change is with the Paraway Pack from Unicity International. By far the most advanced product of its kind on the market, the Paraway Pack takes a 3-step approach to a thorough cleanse. Step 1. Removing toxins with Nature's Tea. Nature's Tea is a pleasant tasting tea that contains key ingredients to cleanse your body of toxins and improve the body's own cleansing mechanisms. Step 2. Eliminating unwanted organisms with Paraway Plus. Paraway Plus provides several powerful herbs taken in capsules that disable negative organisms so your body can eliminate them efficiently. Step 3. Cleansing your colon with Life Fiber. Life Fiber provides not 1, but 29 different herbs and fibers that, when mixed with water, support the gastrointestinal tract by helping sweep away toxins, parasites, and other wastes. These 3 products combined form the Paraway Pack, the best product by far for achieving a complete and healthy cleansing of the intestines and ultimately the entire body. We invite you to try it.